star slash percentage. What are the calculation it is performing? That's simple, I use it exactly. Now enter the first number 45, enter the second number 8, addition value 53, subtraction value 37, multiplication value 360, quotient 5.62, quotient, last one reminder 5. That's all. Same step I just copy paste a simple change. A mini calculator is ready. Pure JavaScript on. Why servers required? In the same place you can calculate EMIs also, simple interest also, compound interest also, unit converters also, centimeter to kilometer, kilometer to something. We have converters also in our mobile apps also. And that also we can design. JavaScript is enough. Okay, now move to the next type of button, a reset button. It's a very simple button, sir. Reset, it's a very popular word in our mobile settings. Mobile settings, factory settings, we can also call it as reset. If I click the reset button, what happens? What are the changes you did? That all the changes are rolled back, are reverted. Manufacturing time, which settings available, though combats. Brand new mobile settings are comes. No. No idea, na reset do. Sure, Pakka. Same reset, sir. But this one, what it is doing in our program, sir? It's just arranging all your data, sir. Here we have some small application form, the SIG-Mini. But these are the data I want to arrange itself. What you are doing generally? Already we did some calculation over. I got the result 53 also. But I want to enter another data, sir. What we are doing generally? Placing the cursor, deleting. Placing the cursor, deleting. And this is manual operation. The same thing automatically we can do with reset. When you click on the reset, it is clearing all the data automatically without your manual efforts. Not two, like the 200 text boxes available also, it is clearing everything. When you go for the reset, how many settings available in mobile? N number of settings are available. Display settings are, means clock setting, date setting, wallpaper setting, screen lock setting, SIM1 ringtone, SIM1 message, SIM2 ringtone, SIM2 message, personal numbers mali separate settings, separate ringtones, numbers, easy identification purpose. Like that, 30-40 settings are available. When you just click on reset, all these 30-40 wash out. We'll get back to them. So how many text boxes, password boxes, number boxes, check boxes, radio buttons are available? That all are going to clearing by the reset. Same as to this one. Oh, online students, so I'm showing duster. So how we are using the duster for whiteboard, sir? A reset button is a duster for our HTML forms. See. So it works like as an eraser, simple thing, or duster. How many it is erasing, sir? How many fields available? That everything is erasing. And that is the only purpose of this one. So many application forms in online. Submit left side or right side, a reset button is also available. Application forms especially. Maybe you remember or not, no idea. Remember it, okay, very good. So reset is one type of button used to reset the HTML forms or UI, meaning it clears all the values of your forms. And next to some guidelines are, reset button must be the part of the form tag. And I will explain more clearly this one. What are the fields you want to clear? The text boxes, password boxes, and your reset button, both must be present in the same form tag. Compulsory is a rule. want to clear and your eraser both must be in the same form, HTML form. Fields are available in one place, so this reset eraser available in another place, sir. Cleaning it not possible, sir. Suppose this is my whiteboard in my classroom, this is dust, sir. If I explain on the board anything, sir, you can erase it. But duster available in that classroom, sir. But how can I erase? Board available in my room, marker available in my room, duster available in another room, sir. While writing on the board, I don't have any problem. But what about erasing? Duster also here only available, I can erase. Duster there is there. I have to use this one only. There's some movie Brahmananda cleaning the car glass kada, like that only I have to do. So the modern board and duster both must be in the same room, then erasing is possible. Like that, your input fields and reset button should be placed in the same form tag. It's mandatory, no choice, no suggestion. Next, reset button values also never sent to server, sir. Like as your previous button, these data also no use. The eraser, sir, just erasing purpose. What is the use of that one, servers? No. So this one, previous one, only for client activities, not for the server activities. And this is the button creation process. So input type equals to reset. Simple. Now see the example. Form tag I used, sir. Form tag our upcoming explanation, but situation demanding I'm using. Upcoming explanation possible either today, otherwise tomorrow topic, based on the time. But why we are using, sir? If I'm not using this form tag, reset button doesn't work. That is all up to now I explained. So we don't know the form tag, but I'm using, sir. Possibility available end of this today's session, we'll discuss that one. Otherwise tomorrow session the topic is comes. The idea is all these things not required. Erasing purpose of formalities wise, sir. These are rough data we are writing. 2 text boxes and one password box, one number box. Why you are taking different controls, sir? Everything erasable. That is meaning. So 2 text boxes, one password box and one number box. After that, input type equals to reset. A small button created, same as your last example. What is the heading on that button, sir? Default heading reset it comes. Default reset heading is comes. The automatic heading, sir. I don't like reset, sir. Go for different headings. Most of our websites are reset one option now. Otherwise clear fields, clear filter, reset filter. These are the different headings we are facing. Clear all. Some websites is the clear all aware. Especially when you need any filtering operations, search filter operations. If you are not interested in that filters, a clear filter is aware. Your apps, shopping apps especially. Heading your choice. How to set my own headings are value. So clear all. Working as a testing. Why? Form tag not available. Form tag not available. I clearly said both must be present in the same form tag. Both are available in same program but not same form tag. So a form tag, if you add it, then it it works proper. This is just form tag, your upcoming concept to form tag knows. No more information. The both are in same application form. That is meaning. Now check it. That's all. Not 400 text boxes available also within single second. It's creating that everything. Button not available, a manual operation. This is data entry set. So go to every text box, place the cursor backspace. Only place the cursor backspace. Place the cursor backspace. Backspace key if not working, sir. Delete key available already. So the manual operation, sir. This is the manual operation. Best option is this one. So I'll create one more text box also for your future awareness purpose. One text box available outside the form tag. See that. Where is this one location? Out of the form or inside the form? Outside the form tag. Means your cricket terminology outside the boundary line. Boundary outside. That's all inside the boundary line. This is matter. Why not clearing up? Because you have designed outside the form tag, so that's why it's not clear. The reset button, simple purpose. Especially application forms cases, we have this one. Login screens, so sign up screens, reset buttons not required. Your application forms available, admission forms, registration forms, that cases we have this reset. Even reset available in our online shopping filtering cases also. Flipkart we have the clear filter option, Amazon also we have the clear filter option. IRCTC we have clear filter option, Redbus also we have the clear filter option. Because when you search some products, so many products are displaying, but I don't need all these products, are time waste process. You are expecting some specific product. Filters we can apply the price wise filter apply, possible company wise filtering, size wise filtering. Ganga filter, Rama filter, Prestige water filter, Pureit, filters not used. Left side we have the filters, sir. Maybe your app side at the top side or bottom it is available filter. Time saving process we are using. Okay, this is the second button. Next third button, submit button. Standard button, reset button, simple buttons and client side activities. Submit button basically server side link. So what is this submit button, sir? Your login button is there now, it's a submit button. Your search button is there now, it's a submit button. Account creation button is there now, that is also submit button. But we are calling it a login button, sir. That's our problem, sir. Getting login visible out, you are calling login button, login button, login button. Getting search available, we are calling search button, search button, search button. Search, login, finish, all these are the headings only, but all are the submit buttons. The type of the button is called as the submit. Login, that are the things, value equals to login, value equals to search buses, value equals to find trends, value equals to search product, value equals to trace the product, value equals to get exams results, result, hall ticket number, click on the button, your results are come. These all are the submit buttons, but headings are different. But generally as a public, what we are calling it with the heading, we are deciding the button. It's generally common. Not only you, sometimes I am also using the same pronunciation. Human beings together. So, we submit button scenarios, sir. But in all these scenarios, what happening, sir? Search buses, find trains, exam results, login, finish, user entering some data confirm, and this data we are hand over to the server. Submit button. Now, whenever you click on the submit, this all the data handovers to the server side program. Which is server side program, sir? And the form tag explanations will get that one. Who receives our data, how they are going to receiving our data, the form tag explanations comes. Submit button purpose to delivering this data from client to server. Example, see this one. The Facebook. Here I am typing some username and I am typing some password. The login available. That blue color is the submit button. The login button is submit button. But login available, sir. Here clear all available here. But the clear button or reset button? Matter. So when you click on this login button, this username, password, both are. That is the only purpose of submit button. So to call the server side programs, the server side programs are collecting the data from your web pages and performing the authentication and authorization. Nothing but the server side validations. So whenever the server side validations are successful, we'll get the next result. Login at a not possible, we'll go for IRCTC or Redbus. Railway website, maximum Indians they knows this one, especially okay. So many Indians they knows this one. So for online train ticket booking, from station available, sir. Secunderabad I am going to take it. Two station Guntur already selected. Date of journey 23rd February. Classes, all classes, no problem. Which type of ticket? General. Now, what is this search orange color? Submit button. The search button, sir. Submit button. So when I click on this search button, what happens, sir? All these 5 values, not 3. These also classes and general. So we entered 3 values and 2 defaultly selected already. This total 5 data is passing to server side program of IRCTC process. A server side program, what it is doing, sir, after collecting of this data, they are validating this data. There's some database queries are running. Because trains information available in our databases only, some queries are running with this data. So how many trains they find that all the trains neatly displaying on the screen with HTML support. Well, again HTML. If you want to display the trains, HTML. If you want to type the train information, HTML. But trains information available in database. The starting journey HTML, journey finishing HTML, but middle server side activities. That is we call this as backend activities. So journey started with HTML, sir. Journey finishing with HTML. Starting to finishing between these two, the middle part is your databases and your server side activities. So search button is giving a wake up call to server side program. Then server side program starting operations, and these will get the results here. We have some number of trains. The trains information observed neatly displayed as HTML, CSS only again. But a box is inside train name is there, train number, availability, that all the data collected from the databases by server side program. Printing by HTML, CSS. So one technology no use, sir. Combination, sir. That is the starting demo sessions I said. If you want to prepare one chicken curry, chicken only no. Along with the chicken, we need the lot of ingredients. Oil kavala, onions required, ginger required, spices required, curry leaf required, carrot coriander, carrot something available that is required. Next, masala, spices are there, spices. So everybody is playing their role. Don't forget, water also compulsory.
ఆబుద్ది కాకపోతే కాళ్ళు పోతే మాకు సంబంధం లేదు ఊరక
Water main kada first of all, because the chicken piece is boiled in the water only initially. So matter dhamma. Research button just functionality, passing a call to server side program. So server side program of be waiting at the door and mata. When it is calling, jump in. So this is submit button, and previously what we watched, this is also submit button. And here also, sign here, sign. Orange button sign in is there, na? This is also submit button. We are entering some username and passwords here. Username and password, then click on the sign in. That is also submit button. So like that, so many buttons we know in our websites. So how to create the submit button, and is there any guidelines as well? Some guidelines related to reset button. What are the data you want to hand out to server and your submit button? Both must be in the same form tag. Same guideline, same rule. Which data you want to hand over, the data and the text boxes plus is submit button, both should be present in the same form tag only. Then only your data submittable. Data available in one form tag, sir. Button available in another location, sir. No submissions. Not possible. Here already I explained one guideline, kada. The same guideline you must follow in submit also. Submit is one type of button. It is used to submit or send the HTML forms or pages or UIs to the server side program. So while submitting the HTML forms, all input parameters, hidden parameters are prepared as a query string and it is sending to the data. Input parameters and the users directly entered, sir. Hidden parameters entered today's first explanation. Secret data. So that data plus user data both are handouts to the servers. In the which format, sir? Query string format. Query string we don't know, sir. Wait few minutes. Next one. Outside the form, if we designed anything that is not submitted to the servers. Last example I explained here. This is not clearing here. Clearing is not possible either. How it is collecting and hand out to the server, sir? Clearing after all thing, small thing. It is not interested to clear the data, but how it is showing interest to hand out to server? Impossible. So these four okay, but this is not okay. Next, reset button, standard button, values not sending to server. But submit button value is also sending to server. Previously, if you observe this one, a login is there. That login data is sending along with username and password. Username or password plus login, 3 values are sent. And in IRCTC, sir, from station to station date along with Setch is also sending to data. So Secunderabad, Gunturu, date of journey is 17th and Setch. All values are sending to the server. So submit button value also server handling for future operations. And sometimes we have the 2-3 buttons here, sir. 2-3 buttons side by side available. Which button user clicked, how server knows? 2-3 buttons side by side available, sir. If you click on any of these buttons, server side program respond. But here the server side program question is, via which door you entered into server? Button 1 na, button 2 na, button 3 na? No idea. Why this required, sir? On which button you take help to enter into server? Based on that, my server side logic changing. Or you entered via, or are you entered through button 1, sir? Some type of logic I am executing. You entered through button 2, sir. Another type of logic is executed. So button to button logic varying. But 3 buttons, which button you clicked? The U knows. Server side program available in America kada. How they knows? So a button value is also required. But a button value they are cross checking. But 3 buttons the same value available generally. It is H. No kada. So button heading completely different. But server side program capturing the button value with if condition they are checking. Button equals to such button equals to something or button equals to something. Which condition is matching, the corresponding logic is executing. They generally matter. So other future information means. That's a buttons details also tracing by your server. Next, how to create the submit button, sir. Input, type equals to submit, value your choice, sir, and supporting attributes if you are anything interested. CSS attributes or recently discussed attributes, anything we can use. Colors, background colors, values, something. See the example. Submit button, form tag compulsory, all this data, different data, and one text box. Remember, sir, if you want to send the data to server, name attribute don't neglect. Name compulsory attribute, and some scenarios ID also compulsory. Name plus ID. So better use the both attributes. You are the Java developer, name enough. Because Java always prefers the name only. Some other technologies like as PHP, they're also using IDs. That's a name ID both we are using. I'm going to explain it as a Java point of view. First text box, ID equals to TF1, name equals to TF1. If I write the both the TF1, would system using ID and name, or how you can identify? Suppose ID TF1, name TF1, server side using TF1, which TF? ID TF1, name TF1. How you can say that one? Any witness, sir? Name also TF kada. That's why first we are testing that one. Use the different names. You will get the clarity what server use. ID using a, name using a. In the data transportation system, TF is visible, ID using. DB is visible, name using. So as per that, we'll get the clarity. If I use the both names, sir, they are using TFA. While transporting the data from client to server, a transportation system, if you observe it, TF1 is displayed clearly. But how you are identifying it's an ID TF1, name TF1. How can say? That is my explanations part. Normally I'm asked. Just now I said the PHP ID also using it. That's why, sir, you want to get your own proof and practically awareness, use the both different names. Which name is visible in the transportation system, as per that you can easily identify the names using IDs using them. Now also no possible. Now you can easily identify. TB visible in data transportation, they are utilizing the name attribute. TF is visible, they are utilizing the ID attribute. So first time we are going to checking the better use the different names. I'm going to taking all text boxes. TF1, TF2, TB2. Next one more text box. ID available, sir. text TB3. This I'm removing. This submit button, value submit only. Name also available. Name is submit. Value also submit. Name SB. Next to this is one more text box. Here 4 EB4 right. So total 4 text boxes available. All 4 text boxes names available. All 4 text boxes ID is also available. Along with one text submit button, name is also available. But 3 text boxes, one submit button placed inside the same form tag, and one text box placed outside the form tag. But this data collected and sending to the server as no, not collected, not handled, waste only. Or why you design awareness? So when you are running this program in future also, you will get easily idea, oh, this data sending and this data is not sending. But how we know data sending and not and that is very easy, sir. Who have the minimum internet awareness, those all the things they can. Who have the minimum awareness about the internet, those all those people they can easily identify that one. Like a red bus, we'll go for Abi bus. Abi was it Mahesh Babu there? Maybe contract I over. Okay. From Hyderabad, sir. Goa, so to Goa from Hyderabad. Next weekend, tomorrow, so 18th February. Return journey, while after reaching Goa, we'll decide it. Such buses. How many values are given here? Hyderabad, Goa, date of journey. Return journey I am not given. They said it's an optional, so leave it. Click on search. We'll get some list of buses. Available Hyderabad to Goa, so many buses are there. Trains very less available, but buses so many is there. You see that? Oh, yeah. See that? How many like us? Yes. Price 1500. But now observe a small thing here, sir. You know address bar? Address bar. Go to address bar once. What we have observed? This is your website name. And bus_search, it's a program name, server side program name. And what is this Hyderabad? What we given, what user given. Goa, user data. And 18 to 22 also. And the user details is displaying in the address bar. That is the small common sense available you can identify. Every website, what are the data it is carrying forwarding from the client to server, it displaying here, except the login scenarios. Login scenario why at a password sensible. Yesterday we already discussed secret data, password. Secret data, if you are passing anything, not displaying here. Other than secret data, every website displaying like this in address bar. Your Flipkart, your Amazon, Google, Redbus, Abibus, IRCTC, Monster, Naukri, Matrimony, whatever it may. Except the login scenarios or passwords situations. Secret data contains this page, not displayed. So we don't have any secrecy data, sir. Conformly displaying like this. Guarantee, sir. Now, bus we done together. Next what will go? Flight, website. Indico's official website. So once again, Hyderabad. Here also I given three values. So Delhi, Hyderabad. Next to date of journey some 15th March. Next to passengers, so some two we are taking. Return journey not required. Such flights. So such flight. పోయిందా మళ్ళీ ఆగయా here also some information is going to display, you can observe it here. So Flexia hyphen some face hyphen home page is something 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 something. Some data display, but it's not displaying properly clearly. The HTML program flight hyphen selection dot HTML question mark and something data is going to display here. I can move ahead. So go to some selections. Next to further operations, I think login required. It's asking login. We can't do login.